Bezrat Hashem, the Gemara this morning, Baba Batra, page 20b. Says the Gemara, Amar Rav Yehuda, Amar Rav Yehuda in the name of Rav says, Beram Zachur Oto Ish Latov, V'Yoshua ben Gamla Shemo. This man should be always remembered for the good, and his name is Yoshua ben Gamla. What did this Rabbi Yoshua ben Gamla do that he's always going to be remembered for the good? Shilmalehu nishtakecha Torah Israel. If not for him, we wouldn't have any study of Torah today. What happened? בתחילה, מי שיש לו אב מלמדו תורה, מי שאין לו אב לא היה למד תורה. You all know, and especially in this time, in this situation when we have the coronavirus, how many children stay home? But how many parents have the patience or the time to sit and study with them? So they find them all kinds of things on the internet and Zoom programs and computer programs and all kinds of programs. But who has time to sit and learn with his whole children? No one. But in the olden days, you had no choice. You had to sit and learn with your child because there was no school, there was no programs. But for those who had fathers and could give them a little bit of time, they could have learned Torah. But those that were orphans, they didn't study Torah. So what happened is, itkinu shiyu moshivim melamdei tinokot b'Yerushalayim. So the first yeshiva started in Jerusalem. In Yerushalayim, they built an yeshiva, right? Why in Yerushalayim? Darush, my Darush. How did they learn it? Ki mitzion tetzeh Torah. Because in Zion, this is where the Torah is going to be found, come out. So they made the yeshiva there. ועדיין, but still, מי שיש לו אב היה מעלה ומלמדו. מי שאין לו אב, לא היה עולה ולמד. But still, only the boys that have fathers that can bring them to Yerushalayim, right, and study Torah, the fathers used to bring them and they studied. But if the ones that didn't have fathers, or they lived too far from Yerushalayim, they couldn't study Torah. So what did they do? התקינו שיהיו מושיבים בכל פלך ופלך. ומכניסים אותו כבן 16, כבן 17. Then they installed a yeshiva in every city, right? In Haifa, in Tel Aviv, in Bnei Brak, in everywhere. But the boys would come in at the age of 16, 17. ומי שהיה רבו כועס עליו, מבעט בו ויוצא. But 16, 17, the boy has already his own mind, his own thoughts. And when the Rebbe got upset on him, the first fight that he had with the rabbi, so he left the yeshiva and he didn't want to learn anymore. This all happened for a few years עד שבא יהושע בן גמלה ותיקן שיהיו מושיבים מלמדי תינוקות בכל מדינה ומדינה ובכל עיר ועיר ומכניסים אותם כבן 6 כבן 7. Till this Rabbi Yoshua ben Gamla came and he installed that every city, right, should have a yeshiva. In every place there's Jews should have a yeshiva, and the boys coming in are 6 to 7 years old. And then you're able to form them. You're able to give them a direction. When they're too old, it's very hard to give them a direction. But you put them young, and you make sure in every single place there is a yeshiva, in even big cities, few yeshivas. Thanks to Rabbi Yoshua ben Gamla, this is the concept of yeshiva that we have till today. In every place, there's a yeshiva, there's a Jewish school, there's a Talmud Torah, and this is very important. The children can study Torah, because today, parents are too busy and they don't have time or the patience to sit with their kids. But now that you have a yeshiva, so it's much easier, and it makes the Torah should go into our children, and they should be able to give it to their children and to the grandchildren. To tell you how much we owe the yeshivot, right? How much we owe to the Jewish schools, right? Even sometimes we complain that they don't give the right education or not the best education, right? But they're doing a great job. We should be thankful for them. We should be grateful for them, and we should work with them and not against them. The worst thing is to speak bad about a Rebbe in a yeshiva, or about a teacher, or about a principal. Never speak bad about a school, or somebody's teaching there, or directing there with your children. Then you lower the image of the school in the eyes of the child, and they cannot study anymore. You should always be grateful, and you should always try to work with the rabbis, with the teachers, and to Bezrat Hashem, this way the kid will be able to learn, right? And make sure you put him in a Jewish school where he can get Jewish education and pass on this education to his children and the great children. Baruch Adonai Le'olam. Amen ve'amen.